They took out football 25. This week with Baltimore Ravens fans, it's been a lot of gloom and doom. But you can understand why, because the Baltimore Ravens are sitting in some very unfamiliar territory at 0-2. It's like, we're going to take it the Ravens were 1-1. Especially if the Ravens were 2-0, we would be like, all right,
looking for daylight from inside his 20. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return.
So a better decision here, a better play there, then we could easily be talking about 2-0. But it's not about what ifs in the National Football League. It's about what is. And what it is that the Baltimore Ravens have not won a single game.
Offense getting set for first down.
A lot of people upset, frustrated. What's going on with the Baltimore Ravens? A lot of conversation about this and that guy getting fired, this and that guy getting traded, and they're not going to stop. They're certainly not going to stop. But we can use a positive update with our Baltimore Ravens. We can use some news to get us very, very excited, very, very happy, and it's something that I see every single video in the conversation. I have gotten so many DMs and messages on Twitter, people asking me about it. I don't know, but what's the status of Keith Mitchell? What's happening with Keith Mitchell? What is the update? The Ravens running back, Keith Mitchell, because the world wants to know.
They did. They used that big shillelagh and laid the hammer.
He said that Keith Mitchell was going to be out.
You've seen Notre Dame.
When Keith Mitchell first got injured, so many Ravens fans, before they said anything, they figured, oh, that's going to plug into next regular season. And, oh, so shout out to you.
And he was loose and in the open
Keith
field
Mitchell
on
from
his
Great
way
Company
into
for the top something. We didn't get an update on Keith Mitchell from Ravens running back Derrick Henry. We didn't get an update on Keith Mitchell from Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. We didn't get an update on Keith Mitchell from Ravens head coach John Harbaugh.
Go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away.
And he didn't say much, right? What he said.
Fires to the right.
Keith Mitchell said,
And it's picked
blessing
off at the goal
to see
line.
20
And
plus.
after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense
Hashtag in duty time.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the
So,
better units
seeing
against
that,
the pass.
what
They're trying
that
to change
means, what
that
that
here
lets
today.
us
What a
know
great job
is that Keith
tracking
Mitchell
the ball
is
down,
reaching for great
making a
speeds
play on
right
it,
now.
stabbing it out of the
Keith
air for
Mitchell
a big
is running
interception.
very
That should
fast.
be massive for their
Keith
confidence.
Mitchell is that much
Not much
faster
movement
to
there as
being
the gain of one gets him out to the 5.
and
And the running back didn't
so
get
much
much there.
for
Nice
the
job by
Baltimore
the
Ravens.
defense. You can tell they're
He can bring so much to this Baltimore Ravens offense as he did last year. Because Keith Mitchell, this dude, he ain't need too many touches to get
The roar of the
Keith Mitchell
crowd
is going to
trying
be
to
exact.
fuel this defense to
Derrick
keep
Henry, and
it
this is not a shot at Derrick Henry, so do not take it as that. But with Derrick Henry, we know in order to really get him going, we need a bunch of touches, a bunch of carries and whatnot. With Keith Mitchell, if you give him 5, 6 carries, then he'll be like 150 yards off of that alone. Because he will be so
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Baltimore Ravens,
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's talking. Rocky, think about all
and
the
guess
high
what?
school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC
We
jersey
don't have a
and
timetable.
being
We
the
don't have an
starting running
update
back for the
as far as
Trojans.
exactly
There's
when
so much
he'll be
competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally,
fast
to
right
come to this
now.
school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a
That
weapon.
lets me know, in my opinion, if you're not a doctor, so a Ravens fan, we don't see enough injuries and whatnot, so we all feel like we
Against the
are
defense
doctors.
of this caliber, you're
But
going to have
if
to
he's
have some
running
smarts,
that
right?
right
You can't
now,
just drop back and throw it every
then
single
that lets
play.
me know
Nothing going
that
on that
he
last
could
run.
possibly
They're
be
gonna have to
back
find
sooner
another way
rather than later. Now,
going
but
in the
one
ball.
thing, while he did say he's running over 20 miles an hour, which is great. I mean, he's
This
just
crowd going to
that's
try
straight
to
lines.
make life miserable for these guys.
That's something that he'll have to get back. Because it's easy to
Dropping
run
back, it's
in a straight
Fox.
line. But how do you cut, how
Setting up the
agile
screen.
did
And
you
it's
get that
pretty
bounce
obvious
back?
there was a big
Yeah.
hole in
So of
that
course, this is
screen,
going
and
to
the
be a process
defense
or
ran
something that
right
you're going to have to
through
be
it.
very, very patient with.
Listen,
But
if I'm a QB, second
the
down,
thing
I wanna
about Chief
check the
Mitchell's
ball
injury
down
is that
and get him
we
maybe
expected him
third
to be
down.
back
When
in
this
the second
defense is
half
flying around like
of the
this,
season. We expected
so
it to take a
fast
while.
closing out, he got to
Mitchell
that running back,
to
got him
return
on
to
the
the
ground
Baltimore
so
defense.
fast, running back had
So
nowhere to go.
whenever he does come back,
The inside
you
handoff.
can tackle him.
And
Like for
short
real.
tackling there
But
to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
But it's definitely a process that we're all in the way for because we know what's up.
And the
Team
Trojans send out the
Solution,
punt
favorite
unit.
part of these videos where we feature more questions. If you would like to be a part of the video, send me an email at teamtopiclean@gmail.com. Also, Team Topiclean Patrons, you can send me questions directly from Patreon. If you'd like to join the Team Topiclean Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/bids. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Real quick before you continue, make sure you subscribe to the channel as y'all have been alive. Make sure you leave a like on the video as y'all have been alive.
He gets his first one of the day out in there, and they used him 3 times
Anytime
in
we
that
drop
loss last
anything,
week.
you
They
will be
barely get
notified.
the
Let's get
punt
into
out
it
of
with my
their
first
own
question.
territory.
Our
It'll be
guy,
marked down
Jonathan,
just
who said,
outside the
"Hey, great
40.
in Flock Nation. Hope everyone is doing okay. We're doing pretty good. I appreciate it." He said, "Last time I wrote long, but everyone that you write is doing long." But when I saw your first and last name, I said, "Oh, yeah, for one right now." But ain't no problem. Ain't a bad thing. Anyway,
Well,
the
the
last
end of
time I
that last drive moving a little bit, David, but
he
then
tried,
the
but
mistake just
anyway, continue what he said.
Those
Last time
mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions.
defensive
But I think
disruptors
I
that we will
stay
face this
aggressive with this
coming weeks.
offense.
And
I
so
get
far,
back to what I did
offensive
on
line
the
is
first
getting
part of
scored.
that drive
You all
that
know
made me
the
successful.
I
offensive
agree,
line
David.
is
Just turn the
yet
page
I
if
feel
you're
like
the
the head
quarterback,
coach
right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that
successful
pick.
teams in the NFL
Forget
all
about it.
have a head
Move on.
coach who
Play
can
the next
provide
play.
some X's and O's.
They'll try
Found
again on
something for their
second
weak
down
team.
after the incompletion.
Todd Monken is in the second year of being
He's
offensive
looking to
coordinator.
throw.
Zach Orr is a rookie
Let's
defensive
it
coordinator. I
fly.
watch every single
And
game
it
of
slips
the
through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he
from
could
what I
have held
see,
on.
as the coordinators have 100% control of game management and play calling. I'm sorry, head coach of special teams, and he's a play
Third
motivated
and
for
long,
the
and
team.
he'll try to throw
Yeah,
for it.
not enough. Team
He
is getting
hurls
smarter.
one
We are
deep down the
continuing to
left
move
side.
this
He's
Jackson
loose.
6.
He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
I don't think we'll see another Lombardi Trophy unless
Wide receiver
I was reading an
shows
article
motion.
about Matt City with 5 potential
Looking to throw it again.
coaching candidates. Matt
Grab
Cameron,
behind the line.
Kellen Moore,
It's
Aaron
good.
Glenn, Bill Belichick, and Ben
Big
Johnson. Personally, I
incompletion, and
think we should
even
look to
with
Bill
the
Belichick
loss,
as
the
a
defense was right there to knock him down. And the D denied him on second and
Again, I'm
goal.
still
Quickly complete.
let me hear what you got to say. He said he's very good at getting adjustments. Definitely great.
Made the
That's
snag and
correct.
strolled his way into the end zone.
He's true to X's and O's, especially on defense. Yeah, he's
Ready to try to point
he
out.
said he has had success with 2 tight ends under his belt with Gronk and Hernandez.
And with the extra
Man
point,
personnel
they get the
concepts.
first 7 of the
Okay,
game.
yeah, that's true. And I believe 12-man personnel with 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers on running back. Correct me if I'm wrong. Continuing, he said he will bring a system that raises the organization needs. Given how successful Bill Belichick is, imagine him coming in as the team new head coach. And he's having a team meeting knowing he has the top quarterback in the NFL, 2 top contract in the NFL. Now, wait a minute.
It's clear this dog's team has adopted the mantra, let
Can
your
you
brain do the talking.
you
Sure happened today.
it's like
60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs
I
first down. The defense thinks you might be
I
running
need
the
help
football. You
offensive
force
tackle.
and line them. Get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your
I said
running.
I'd be going too. He probably will be going. So, but anyway, it's
To
a
throw,
pound
it's
defense
Fox.
from last year, which I feel we got better in the right personnel too.
And that pass picked off.
Like that, hey, it ain't about me starting
Defensive
18.
backs, you think, don't have to
He's
make
a
plays.
defensive side, we get
Defensive back,
Travis.
one up
We
the
both
ball,
up
interception.
linebacker Travis Etienne, which is good up right back.
Say that's why he
Let's
plays
see.
with his young hands.
Let's see. Let's see how it goes.
Come the
He's
Irish
up.
back on offense.
Let's see. It's all
How about that
he
last
said,
drive? Just
way of
park
job
him up in the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he
DB
goes
got
at
the best safety
38.
trio. Kyle Hampton,
Really need to pick up some yardage
with the
this
addition of
time
Wiggins,
on second and
veterans,
long.
Stevens, and
He's looking to throw.
and Brandon
Let's
Stevens.
it fly deep downfield. And good hands there by the
He
defense
said
on
he
that
has
shot
a
to the
field
end
day.
zone.
Better yet, this will probably be his best personnel ever, player-wise, he ever had in his coaching career, ever. My question to you is, would you make this move now or it's too late?
So many names, and
If
if you go
the
recent,
Ravens
I mean,
plan
everybody remembers
was to
the
move on
push,
from Harbaugh and
so many
hire
great
Belichick to
games
be the
in this.
next head coach.
For the end zone.
I think they would.
And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
As
Nice job
an
by the
offensive
defense there,
system,
mixing up
they
their look
you know, I
there.
really
Third
maybe
and
make them
long
get job
in
titles and
field
stuff.
goal
They can do
range,
that
they
with
go
Bill Belichick.
zone coverage. So
Oh yeah,
everybody
this
on
one,
the back end has the eye
whatever.
on the
Or
quarterback. They're
defensive
able to break
assistant,
on the block
the assistant head coach. Y'all know how they do. They can
Now
do
on
that,
4th down,
and then
they'll try to come away
ball
with
left,
3.
step down, whatever,
Everything
then they
will
can
have
bring
to
on
be
Bill
clean
Belichick.
from
But still, I'm just
55 yards away.
make a lot of good points. I'm just still not sold on Bill Belichick being like that. Anyway, he said,
The official says
if it was
no
up to
good.
me, I would make this
And
change
the
effective
margin is
immediately.
still
If there's
7
any
after
hope,
the miss, guys.
because this 0-2 start is not looking good. See,
This
that's, I think that's
Trojan
easier said
offense
than
is
done.
ready to
Because
go
they
back to work.
hire a new
Boy,
that's
they
why
hope this
when
next
teams hire
drive is more
they make
productive
the
after
most
throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just
everything.
talking to
They
the
want
young
to bring on
quarterback
their
and
coaching
making
staff. They
sure
want to
he's
bring on
able to
their
turn the page, calm her down,
They want to
and
bring
go
on
out and
their
focus this drive.
so
And some
it's
people
not
do that
something
better
that
than
it
others.
ain't so easy to do it at the beginning of the season, third week of the season. It's not that easy. So if this was to happen with Bill Belichick or whoever it may be, then it would have to be in the offseason. Next question came from my guy, and he said, "Hey, Ravens team getting clean. It's as well with everyone. Appreciate you, man." After 2 weeks, the Ravens have me torn. I mean, my Ravens defense is looking good. That's right. Instead of giving him the Ravens head coaching job, they let him go to Seattle, shaking my head. No. At least J.K. Dobbins is killing it. No, he is running for the other Los Angeles.
Strike complete. Dragged down to
Now,
the turf, but not before
I
getting
would
a
have
first down.
preferred if they would
There's
have kept
something
Mike
that
McDonald.
just warms
But
my
now with
soul
J.K. Dobbins,
about seeing a fullback in
they
the game
did not
and
make the
being
wrong
a
decision
weapon in
with
the
J.K.
passing
Dobbins.
attack.
Let's get this guy
Ravens,
some
he was
touches,
always
shall
hurt.
we?
Well,
Can we
Humphrey,
get
which
this
I
guy
appreciated
dialed up some more
because
in the
I'm
pass
not
game?
used to hearing stuff like this from
Fullback
players,
dives
especially
roll
players that
here.
played
This
with
dude
these
right
other
now,
players.
he's just
Marlon Humphrey said it
lathering up.
himself.
I like this guy.
Like, he said that J.K. told him, like, oh, Ravens should have kept me. And Marlon said, you were barely hobbling around on one leg when you were here. So Marlon acknowledged that J.K. was always hurt too. So it's something that we all do. But that's why I say Ravens did not make the wrong decision. J.K. wanted to get re-signed, and they didn't re-sign him. He was doing his in-house, his holding, And then first game of the season, he ended up getting hurt and missed the whole year.
The offense will
Ravens did
have
not
to
make the wrong
use
decision
its
with J.K.
first
But
time
anyway,
out of the
continuing.
half.
He also said, all of this is to say that it seems like the players aren't necessarily
Back at it to open the quarter with this first down play.
Now, I've been shouting this for years. You have. You did not add at all. If you've been sending in questions for years, which I appreciate, much love to you, my friend. But you've been talking about Harbaugh for times. Anyway, continuing, he said,
He's looking to throw it.
he will always cost us 2-3 games with bad decision making and game management. That there was no reason for us to lose.
Knocks it away incomplete.
Young and cold.
Cross-country rivalry between the schools closed. It started because New Rugby's wife wanted to go to California late in the season in the next chapter.
You got Ray Lewis. You
That's
Ray Lewis for every reason.
My wife
You the new guy.
same thing.
You didn't
Happy
understand.
wife, happy
They
life.
should
It's always
respect you.
interesting to hear
You
how
the leader of the team, but
rivalry trophies come about, but I know one
yeah, anyway, continue. He said that was in
Notre Dame
2012.
every year
And possibly the real problem since the Harbaugh got so big that he doesn't
I used to get
need
jealous watching them play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries.
Yesterday, Tony Smith posted on his X account.
Fires into traffic. Gets picked off.
No, should get fired. Tony Smith was like, oh, if the Hulk got fired, then
And he's going to
they would be, I think he said 31 other teams lining up beside something like that. You know how a lot of people say. That has been a big thing that a lot of people say. If people hold the talk, that's cool. People will let Harbaugh go, that's cool. It's just cool either way.
Now they'll
I
line
know a
up
lot of
what
people
they
use that. They say,
hope
oh,
is
if
automatic.
Harbaugh get fired, you will have a job in 10 seconds.
And the
It's
extra
cool.
point
It's
pushes
great.
the lead to
It's
14.
great. It's amazing. So it doesn't have to be this ugly breakup or anything like that. Those parties could split and it could be amicable. Anyway,
They're
continue.
lining up to
Said,
kick it off after the
yesterday,
big
Torrey Smith
play.
posted on his X
Defense
account that
will
Ravens
come
fans
out
need to
feeling
calm
it.
down. It's no time to panic, which I agree. Then he tweeted that there are 31 teams that
No
will kill the
shot to
F9
return that one as he
fans and
booted
then
it out of the back of the end
there it
zone.
goes. So that's what he said. He said, and as we aren't in the locker room, as we aren't in the locker room, I can't say
Guys,
nothing.
USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field.
I'd rather
That
have
last pick six after a drive like
Eddie
that,
Reed trying to
David
play
can
Kyle Shanahan,
swing
Mike
the
Tomlin,
momentum of the
Eddie
game.
The defense is still so
McDonald, Mike
it's
McDaniel,
such a big
Antonio
play. I mean,
Pierce, Sean
they gave us
McDermott,
a yard, but
McDermott
what
and
they're
Jim
supposed to do now.
It's very good.
Jesse,
That's
this
11
offense
points on
has
the
to
game that are better than
They have
a
to
question.
recapture some
And
momentum.
like Tony said, they're already
Let's go free
team.
and
So,
not give the ball.
not even in the top 33%
Got eight on
points in the
first
league.
down.
Hey,
Now looking at a second and 2.
So,
Grabs behind the line. It's O'Neal. The defense wouldn't let it loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Anyway, so I think we need someone young and innovative that knows this.
Quarterback can dump this off, maybe get some positive yards.
Sounds like teams do have
The defense did a great job responding and getting the running back open.
And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball in your hand quickly, but the timing was completely off there for the offense.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way.
Anyway, he said, just keep it simple and do what works. Please tell me that I'm not overreacting and that others have been seeing this too. Well, they have. The refusal to run King Henry, the refusal to start Rosengarten, leave him at right tackle, the refusal to bench Farley, basically the refusal to listen and
Baltimore Ravens in dangerous territory as they head to Dallas this week. 0-3 starts don't tend to turn out great. Cowboys, though, feeling just as desperate after getting housed at home. Together is based on issues they had last week. So you have the two newbies. Dak Prescott comes in cold. He was hardly in week one either, and then versus the Saints, 2 receptions, that's 1 touchdown, sub-80 rating. Prescott did put up 290 plus yards against both empty. Cowboys wide receiver Jalen Cole, 82 yards. CeeDee Lamb broke up a 65-yard touchdown, 90 yards total.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide
Then
side.
there's Lamar Jackson on the other side, and also comes in with good yardage. Over 7 yards per attempt, but just 1 touchdown. The low 80s rating as well. Picked up.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13.
Like Dallas, Baltimore had a receiver who was in a solid bounce. I would say over 7 yards since he was in the secondary they faced was in the Red Sea area. Moses role.
And the extra point is through, and the lead balloons to 21.
15.2 yards per attempt. Attempts 8 yards per attempt is a lot. They gave up over 15.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away, and 15
No
yards
sacks,
farther
no
up the field
Demarcus
after
Lawrence
roughing the
sacks,
kicker
just one
penalty.
for the game. They have to be able to handle
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out.
45 yards
And the
at
return
carries.
will be
The
brought
King,
down.
Derrick Henry, scored again. 4.7 carry, 84 yards. And now faces the Dallas defense that gave 190 rush yards last week. 115 to Alvin Kamara. Carry 4.9
Gives him a little more breathing room, a 3-yard gain out to the 7.
So what's that? CD up against Baltimore. Good stuff. Did you? Most of them, they let him go for 270 plus yards. Mid-90s rating, over 7 yards. Gave him 110 yards and a touchdown to Davante Adams.
Interception.
Baltimore's stretch does come in with 5 yards last week. They always Ravens 5 versus Dallas. And the first time they've ever met, the year 2000, Emmett Troy shut out by Baltimore. All Lewis with 80 plus yards.
What routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the play and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
No shot at a return. It's out in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
Welcome into another episode of Raven Reports.
Trojan offense
Make sure you're
ready to
going
go
to
back
clock
to
is
work.
always bringing on
The big
somebody.
thing now, don't get
Coming out
rattled
of our
by that
Ravens
last
today,
pick
and
six.
it's absurd. Stats, details, research. Now, the Baltimore Ravens are actually dominating their opponents in certain aspects of the game, but still finding themselves at the loss column. Starting off the season 0-2, former Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Torrey Smith speaks out on this. We also got a big-time update, exciting update on the Ravens' second-year running back Keith Mitchell, who was a breakout star last year before having that knee hyperextension and one ACL. We got our top areas. And this team came back on track to actually be a legit, Super Bowl contending team. Get back on track for that. We got all that more, so let's dive into the content. At number one, I want to talk about one of the quickest ways the Baltimore Ravens can improve their lineup, their offense, is with this guy right here. Roger Rosen, the rookie-ranked tackle, showed massive improvement between week 1 to week 2. I'll show you some clips here. Some one-on-one practice with one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, and Max Crosby, where Rosengarten is holding his own out there, and some solo blocks with an elite premier pass rusher. The rookie playing his second NFL game, hold it down against Max Crosby, very impressive. Rosengarten actually had a 74.7, very impressive grade, even better than Tyler Linderbaum, Pro Bowler, just behind Ronnie Stanley. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, Ronnie Stanley's playing dominant left tackle football again, and is the third highest graded tackle with pass blocking in the National Football League this year. Out of 64 tackles, starting tackles, he's the third highest graded pass blocker. Stanley's officially back, he's healthy. But Rosengarten, 74.7, the second highest pass blocking grade this last week against the Raiders. Patrick McCarry, however, did give up a sack and a hurry. Between Patrick McCarry and Flanagan, they are the ones that are consistently giving up the most sacks and pressures. But it's a great step from week 1 to week 2 for the rookie Rosengarten, who I think should go out and start. If anything, if you trust McCarry and you want him out there, put him at right guard. Pennsylvania Flanagan is really struggling. We'll talk about that later, but I want to see the Ravens start Ben Cleveland or McCarry, Josh Jones, pretty much any other option right now to see if we can have some improvement at the right guard position. Dan Flanagan is really out of sorts there right now. And number 2, Baltimore Ravens. They're dominating their opponents in certain aspects of the game. They dominated the Chiefs when it comes to time of possession, when it comes to yards. They outgained the Chiefs by 100 total yards, 452 compared to 353. They outgained the Raiders, 383 yards to 260. So over 123 more yards than the Raiders, 100 yards more than the Chiefs. Time of possession, they also have the same turnover rate, so they've given up as many turnovers as they forced, so they're not negative in that manner. Yet the Baltimore Ravens are 0-2. I think the biggest reason for that comes down to the stat right here. The Ravens are 32nd in the National Football League in net penalties, so -9. And they're also 32nd in net yards, -113 yards. So he talks about how the Ravens are outgaining their opponents' offense, 100 yards. Well, they're also losing 113 of those yards to their opponents, which is absolutely absurd. They're number 2 in yards against, 173. Number 3 in flags, 23 total flags. Number 3 in upheld calls against at 18. And penalties for, they're 31st, so they're not getting penalties called against the other team when they're playing either. They're 31st, man. And then number 31st in yards as well. To the bottom of the barrel in every single category here. And this was actually something I talked about against Kansas City. Multiple, analysts, people with millions of followers talk about how the Ravens were absolutely not being treated fairly when it comes to penalties. Legal formation stuff that was called against Ronnie Stanley like 5-6 times, but it wasn't called after the Chiefs, even though they literally have tracking data in the pad that showed up that showed that Ronnie Stanley was lining up in the same spot, in fact, closer than the Chiefs were doing. And then last week, you saw Adebike gets a sack. Hits him right in the chest. They call face mask, which ruined, absolutely bailed them out, let them score. They had a holding call on Ronnie Stanley that sprung Derrick Henry on a big run. They got called back. They would go to miss that field goal, 53-yard field goal, stalled out the run. They could have scored a touchdown there or been much closer to field goal range. By the way, Justin Tucker is the only kicker to miss a 50-yard field goal in the NFL this year. So, the NFL kickers are 35 for 37 and 50-plus yard field goals, and those 2 misses both came from Justin Tucker. So you throw in missed field goals and being in the bottom of the league and penalties against you and penalties for really a recipe for disaster. But it's not like the talent and the production on the field is there. It's not like you're not outgaining your opponents. It's not like you're turning the ball over more than them. And that's why I just wanted to say I think the Ravens will be good. I think they'll be just fine. Sooner or later, these penalties have to go the other way, right? Sooner or later, we got to make field goals. Sooner or later, we got to make better challenge decisions. Sooner or later, we got to put in different rotation on the offensive line and have a little bit more protection and have sacks and key moments of the game. I think Torrey Smith says it well here. He says the Ravens are 0-2 and 2 possessions away from it potentially being reversed. If you split the season into 4 quarters, you know, talking about the first quarter, second quarter, he says with the extra bonus game, you will learn how to calm down. This is a good team that was simply making too many mistakes. Save your panic for and the NFL knows this. Like, you're looking at the betting realm, the Cowboys with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons, you know, being playoff contender last year, being in the playoffs last year. They're playing at home, but they're still not favored to win. The Ravens are still favored to win that game despite going on the road and being 0-2. People know the Baltimore Ravens are still a good team that have just not found themselves big up yet, but I think that's going to change this week. There's going to be a desperation to come out of this game with the win to get the first win of the year. Call me a fool. Maybe I come out here and say the Ravens are going to beat the Cowboys on the road. I really do believe that, but I just do. That's how I'm feeling about the Ravens, man. I think they're a good team. And they're going for Jackson. He's still got Juan Smith, Kyle Hamilton, Zay Flowers, for Andrew likely. We're going to find a way to win some of these games here soon, and I think it starts with the Cowboys. And number 3, big time good news here for Keaton Mitchell, who posted on Twitter that he's running 20 miles per hour again. Now, I don't know what that means as far as how close it is to the but I do know, as an athlete, if you're running 20 miles per hour, you got to be trending towards the right direction, right? You got to be getting closer. Jonathan Hall said a few months ago that he expected Keith Mitchell to be mid-season / back half of the season, maybe November, December timeframe. I don't want to see Keaton rush back, but I think it's awesome that he's already running 20 miles per hour. So maybe that means that he can go a little bit sooner than we originally anticipated. But like I said, I'm not trying to rush it or anything, but it would be fun. Just saying, another weapon. Keaton Mitchell is a legit weapon. I mean, the guy was ripping off 350-yard touchdowns, just a stick of dynamite with the ball in his hands, making guys miss, breaking away, outside runs, inside runs, pass catching as well. So Keaton Mitchell and Derrick Henry, if utilized properly, can really cause issues for defenses. So good news there that Keaton Mitchell won at 20 miles per hour again. Good progress there in his recovery. And for let's talk about some areas of improvement, specifically the pass defense. The secondary is too inconsistent right now. They're talented. They got Mark Humphrey. They got Brent Stevens, who had a monster year last year. They have Nate Wiggins going to be coming back in that decade reactive contract in the league last year. Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton. The guys aren't playing to the best of their ability. Right? Hamilton doesn't quite look the same. You know, I've seen some stuff on social media that might be going with an undisclosed injury. Marcus Williams, same thing with him. I mean, I don't really think he's playing his best football. Humphrey, he's made some plays, but he's also given up some catches. Brandon Stevens gave up yards to Davante Adams last week. And of course, there was that one pass interference call that was bogus. It was not pass interference. Davante Adams was grounding him the same, if not more, than Stevens was grounding him. But again, the Raiders were bailed out by the refs, and they scored. That's been a common theme and a reason why the Raiders are losing these games. The secondary has to be better. Giving up 100 plus Davante Adams is not acceptable with the type of secondary that we have. I know he's an elite receiver, but we've seen this secondary clamp down elite receivers before, like Jamar Chase and other guys that have been limited. You know, the secondary is very talented. They should, especially with the way the pass rush is getting after it right now. You know, Adafe always break out, Adam Ike and Travis Jones getting after it on the inside. The secondary has to be better. So check this out.
Their run defense is number 1 in yards per attempt, number 1 in total yards. They've only given up 99 rushing yards over 2 weeks. That's really, really impressive. That's elite. But their pass defense, not elite. 26 yards per attempt, 7 yards per attempt. That's horrendous. 32nd in the NFL, dead last in total yards, 514. We're stopping the run, but we are not stopping the pass. It's got to get better because we've given up, 290 yards to Patrick Mahomes, 250 plus to Gardner Minshew, and this has got to be better, especially when it comes to having leads. We had up 10 with a few minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, and we allow a team to get back into it because the pass defense gives up big chunks, and it's got to be better. Ron Humphrey had 5 targets, only 3 receptions allowed, 11 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he gave up the touchdown, but only 11 total yards. He also had the 6 receptions that game. And Brandon Stephens, this is where it got a little bit dicey. He had 4 targets, allowed 3 receptions for 85 yards. And the one time Brandon Stephens was in coverage, it was just dropped right in the bucket, back shoulder ball for Davante Adams. He was in tight coverage out the sideline, and I'm not mad at Brandon Stephens for that. Maybe could have got his head around and, made a play on the football, but tight coverage on an elite NFL receiver, just sometimes offenses make plays, and Davante Adams is Davante Adams for a reason. But Brandon Stephens gives up 85 total yards, 3 first downs. However, we just got to cut down on some of these big plays, and I'm excited to see Nate Wiggins back there in the secondary. I hope that he's ready to go this week against the Cowboys, because the Cowboys, they're a passing team. They're going to want to get the ball to CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson if he's ready to go. At number 5, let's talk about the top performing Ravens in week 2 according to PFF. Ronnie Stanley on offense was our best performer, 81.6 total grade. If you guys noticed, some of the biggest and best runs from Derrick Henry were on the left side. No surprise there with Linderbaum coming out in space, Ronnie Stanley, Voorhees. The right side, however, we're not getting much production in the run game. But Ronnie Stanley, 81.6. He looks like he's back, man. He really does. He looks close to, that 2019 version where he was all-pro. Right now, when it comes to pass protection, he's the 3rd best tackle in the NFL. Running back Derrick Henry, he was breaking tackles, running hard. He looked explosive. Derrick Henry also had that catch out of the backfield, slipped the tackle. The guy couldn't break him down, and picked up 12 yards from Lamar. And then tight end Mark Andrews had himself a nice game. He's going to be routing into form. He's going to be a big-time weapon. Don't worry about Mark Andrews. 73.7. Quarterback Lamar Jackson, 73.2. Zay Flowers, 71. So, offense, man. Offense is they're doing the thing. They're having their production. We got to get better on some of these inconsistent pass blocking reps where we give up a big sack in a big moment of the game, or we just lose yards on a run, like multiple rushes of -2, because we're getting blown up in the backfield due to poor offensive line play on the right side. It's got to get better, and I think that needs to come in way of personnel change. On the defensive side of the ball, shout out to Odafe Oweh. We're going to talk about him in another video upcoming, so make sure you guys are ready. Have the subscribe notification bell on, because Odafe Oweh, he's here. We talked about how he was top 10 last year, pass rush win rate, but didn't finish on all the sacks. Well, he just got 2.5 sacks against the Raiders.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big 3rd down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
He's going for the big play. And the pass hits, picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. The 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 8. Oh, we wanted that pick 6, but the offense is in business.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the pummeling has started. The The Irish have seized control against the Trojans and starting to put their eyes on that jeweled shillelagh.
The Irish doing what they need to do. Every year we look forward to this game. The hype, does it meet the hype? The Irish were ready. USC's got some answering to do, Palmer.
Touchdown Jesus is celebrating somewhere. What a game so far by Notre Dame. They're hitting on all cylinders. They knew how big this game was coming in. They knew they had to be dialed up and ready to go. They have looked good. And I think the Jewel Shillelagh might be making a trip to South Bend.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. He's going for a big play downfield. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. But a nice job by the defender just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. To the ground to try to move the chains. Touchdown, Irish! And the route is on. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
He'll bring it out. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And the returner will be brought down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense.
He's back to throw on second down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass lets his defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
Well, the defense is smelling blood in the water. As soon as they saw this offense decide to go for it in that area of the field, they were like, okay, you're going to gift us the football. We'll go ahead. We'll take over. Thanks. We'll make a play, and we'll take us.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the beatdown has ensued.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up A scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it, unfortunately. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
Here on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Branch. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Here they come on 2nd and 10 from the 47 after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job, man. You got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Looking for a huge play. Ball in the air, intercepted.
And that's the danger about being in a third and long situation. You've got to push the football downfield. The defense is expecting it. So they've got guys in the back end with their eyes on the QB. They're able to make the interception. This offense is going to have to do a better job generating better plays early in drives moving forward.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
QB overthrowing an open guy like that, that is just a kick in the gut for this team.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He'll take the deep shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Notre Dame right back to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the punishment has been extended. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. To the ground with the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. We'll get this quarter going with a 2nd down play. Here's the handoff. On the move at the 30. He's off to the races. He's at the 30. Running inside the 20. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Wants to go up top. And the ball is intercepted. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Iron. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Sam Houston has the lead right now. Huntsville has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by just 1 over BYU. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
You got to give this defense tons of credit. They came in here with an outstanding game plan. They were able to execute. They have not allowed a point, and still in the 4th quarter, they are bringing it, and they get another sack.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, this defense thought coming into this one they could get after the quarterback, but I'm not sure, guys, if they thought they'd have this much success. Everything they've dialed up has gotten home. They've got 6 sacks in this game.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Going up top. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Throws for the tight end. Holds it in. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone.
Ringo. Here we go.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Still looking on the move. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the stomping has commenced. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route and hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go to the counter play. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that first. And Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that sixth sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that first down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward and get it.
Oh, and I love when they don't dance. Know the situation, right? Don't bounce things that don't need to be bounced. When I need to stick my face in there and lower my shoulder and get a couple yards, I got to know the situation. Great job by him running the ball physical and finishing the run for a first down.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of